Hi there, welcome back to another Crypto Day video. It's Monday, which means another staking rewards update video. This is for week 44, and as this is a 4-weekly update, later this week I'll be doing a full update, all the different revenue streams, but today just concentrating on staking, going over the rewards for the last week. So before we jump in and have a look at the actual figures, just to bring you up to date with any changes. And it's been quite a few changes this week. The biggest one is Stellar. So a few days ago, the Stellar Foundation voted to remove inflation from the network. So going forward, no more inflation rewards for Stellar. So the 1% inflation rewards we've been receiving, we won't be getting those anymore. I will be removing this from the list because although possibly at some point in the future they might re-enable it, it's certainly not going to be for the foreseeable future. So I will be removing Stellar from the table here just for simplicity, and I'll add the figures into the other and sold column just to tidy up the table. The other news is, unfortunately, one of the circuit strips, so one of my electricity circuit strips, it was the circuit that has my main staking machine on it, unfortunately. And when I booted the machine back up, a lot of the wallets databases or like blockchains were corrupt, so a few of them had to resync or rescan from scratch. So that did affect us, probably lost half a day's worth of staking for most of the coins where you have to have the wallet open, and for a couple of them. So Helix, I had a bootstrap for Helix and it rescanned, and I completely forgot once that had finished to re-enable staking. So we've excuse me, missed out on a couple of days worth of staking for Helix, and a few of these coins will have been affected. The other thing to note is Neo, only 85 coins. So just before last week's video, Neo had a really nice big spike up in price. It went from sort of 900, just over 900 Satoshis up to about 1200. And I sold 200 Neo. I'm waiting to buy back, so I've got an open trade for those. I'm looking to buy back just sub 1,000. So if it goes to that, we should make a nice profit. We'll have well over 300 rather than the 285 we had before. But in the meantime, that will affect our figures because we've got far less Neo than normal. But let's jump in and have a look at the actual figures for the last week. Starting with Navcoin, disappointing week for Nav. I did update the wallet to, I think it's version 17.1 a couple of days ago, but yeah, it's been 2 weeks of quite disappointing stakes. Obviously having the wallet go down, having to sync and boot them up is not an ideal situation, but only one stake, so 2 Nav worth 19 cents. Hopefully this will pick up in the next couple of weeks. As I mentioned, I have updated the wallet, so maybe that will trigger some better stakes going forward. 16.5 Syndicate worth 1 cent, 0.183 Neo Gas worth 29 cents, as I mentioned, down substantially on the number of Neo we're holding at the moment. Nothing for SmartCash. We will be receiving our smart rewards at the end of this month. 1 stake for Metrix, but a nice big stake, 9,516 coins worth $1.78. Excuse me. 2 stakes for PIVX, so that's nice to see. So 4 PIVX worth 95 cents. 59.4 Helix worth 18 cents. Nothing for Vulcano, a little bit disappointing this week. 5.47 Bulwark, 1 stake for Bulwark there worth 7 cents. And nothing for Stellar, as I mentioned before, inflation having been removed from the Stellar network. And then finally Icon down a little bit on the last couple of weeks. So we've been receiving just over 11, I think, over the last couple of weeks, and down to 9.5 this week. I don't know if this is because the P-reps, all this sort of like provisional kind of P-reps have been kind of voted on now. I'm not quite sure if that has affected it at all. I've actually tweaked some of the P-reps that I'm actually voting for this morning, so we'll have to see what happens over the next week or so, but I'll keep an eye on that. We might be switching around some of those going forward. I've got most of my stakes with 3 of them, and then all my additional kind of stakes that come in each week I'm staking with a 4th P-rep. But anyway, 9.52 Icon worth $1.59. So that's a grand total this week of $5.06. If we jump over to the table, you see we're down a little bit on the last few weeks. We seem to be around this sort of $7.50 mark the last few weeks, so a little bit less than that. It's been a little bit of a disappointing week all round, but we have had a few kind of issues as well. So obviously down with Neo because of the trading, nothing for Stellar because of the removal of inflation rewards, and then just with the electricity kind of problem and the staking machine going down probably has affected some of these other coins, the amount of stakes we've received go over the last week. So a little bit disappointing, but not an appalling week by any stretch at all. Hopefully next week we'll see some of these other coins, particularly kind of stuff like kind of Vulcano, which has been quite reliable, creating a few stakes, and also NAV. It'd be nice to see NAV increasing back up to those kind of previous levels where I think we're probably averaging somewhere around kind of 8 to 10 coins a week. So anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching. As always, a full update of all the different revenue streams and an in-depth kind of strategy of what I'm going to be doing going forward over this last quarter will be up at the end of the week. Thanks very much again for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.